East African men, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, all those countries in the east of Africa. Why don't you guys date West African ladies? I mean ladies from Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, other countries in the west and central parts of Africa. Because it's the other way around. See that majority of the Ugandan girls here are dating Nigerian men. Also Cameroonian men, like too many of them. Even some of them are getting married to West African men.
The
So
answer to
if you're
that
a guy
question
from East
is
Africa,
inside the question itself, because the guy is asking, why is it that the West African men are coming to East Africa to look for wives, but we, the East African men, we are not going to West Africa to look for wives? And the answer is very clear. If you are looking for something and the place where you are going to look for it is where somebody is coming from, we don't have that much information about West African ladies. But the fact that West African men are all over the world looking for wives, that's a clear evidence that things are not that good at home. If they were that good, they would not have been all over the world. There is nobody who runs away from something good. That's not to say that there are no East African men who are marrying from West African. Yes, they are. And the testimony which they are giving is like, we should see them as an example of what should not be done. In life we all make mistakes, but there are some mistakes. Once you make them, whether you apologize, whether you repent, you are going to suffer the consequences of that mistake. I'm not saying marrying from West African is a mistake, but for those who have done it, they are good clients of marriage counselors and therapists, of which it's a good thing for the economy. I mean, if all of us are sharp people, where are those counselors and therapists going to get their income from? Another reason, which I do suppose, is because for the few West African ladies whom we see on the internet, I mean, on these platforms, maybe on the movies, the character which they portray, the outspokenness, we all know about the feminist movement, of which it's all over. We cannot say it's not here in East Africa. Yes, they are feminist in East Africa. They are also feminist in West Africa, but there they are more, and they are more outspoken, and they are louder than feminists anywhere in the whole of Africa. And we all know, we don't need research on that, we all know that romance and feminism has never existed in one room. One has to get out. And in most cases, the one with little benefits has to get out, which is romance has to disappear. And that's why you can find somebody saying, I'm going to look for a wife maybe in Uganda, in Tanzania, in Rwanda, Zimbabwe, wherever. But you cannot hear somebody saying, I'm going to Nigeria to look for a wife, because even your ancestors, they can wake up and tell you, you know what, my son, you're making a big mistake which might end our whole lineage. Also, I do think another reason is because the East African women are super flexible. They can just exist anywhere. You can find a Kenyan woman who is married in Sao Tome and the principal is married in Russia, and they are living there. They have coexisted happily with the surrounding. But you try that same thing with maybe a Cameroon or a Ghanese or a Nigerian lady, and you bring them maybe here to East Africa, you go to see Wahara. Nobody wants that, actually. Everybody wants a peaceful life. Nobody wants loud sounds. And also, there are also some other more confidential reasons why East African men, we don't go for West African men. But I won't say those reasons because of community guidelines on the social media. I will see more and more reasons on the comments why we East African men, we don't go for West African women.